Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mario Pedro Gouls. You are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. Today, I would love for us to explore a very fundamental and important question in the pursuit of a prosperous lifestyle. What is the question, Mario? The question is this: is it possible for me to transform my life from a lack-filled experience to a positive abundance state of existence in finances, in health, in love, relationships, career, etc., etc., whatever is most important to you? Is it possible to transform your life? There's two schools of thought. There are some people who have bought into the conclusion that once they come into this existence, they cannot change their lives. They literally have chosen to play victims. And they come up with all sorts of excuses. I come from the wrong family. I come from the wrong culture. You didn't have the same experiences that I had. And because they buy into this negative mind viruses, they are actually doomed to stay in the position that they're in unless they go through a very, very challenging experience in life that makes them, rethink their position. The second school of thought is the one that I aspire to. And it goes something like this: yes, it is possible to transform your life if, ladies and gentlemen, if you realize that all the problems in your life, the issues of life, have their origin in the heart, have their origin in the mind. And if you're going to go to work on your heart issues, if you're going to go to work on your mind issues, then you can definitely transform your life. So, a few years ago, I have spoken about this. About 5 years ago, I started engaging in a lot of, self-development reading. And what I observed was through my readings, I was able to change how I looked at things. My perspective on things shifted. And because I had a shift in how I looked at things, then what happened was that my actions in the external world also began to change. And with the change in actions in my external world, I'm able to create a new reality. So I have affirmatively believed that books they play a significant role in the development of an individual, the acquisition of knowledge. But this had worked for me, and I wasn't sure, if it works for every other person, because I don't see a lot of people applying what they read. So I had a very interesting experience this evening. I was actually, reading a book that was literally asserting the fact that all the problems, like the source of all illnesses and diseases, is actually the same source of all the problems that we have in life, whether they're relationships, career, and financial. And when I'm reading this book, I could tell very quickly that I am going to experience a quantum shift in my thinking, which is going to help me overcome some of my own limiting beliefs, that I'm still working on until this day. And I realized, well, if a book can do this for me, let me do an experiment with a friend of mine. I was actually going for dinner tonight to meet a young gentleman who really believes that, he has lost hope in life because he had a very difficult childhood. And he's been in the victim state for a very long time. And I've decided to start mentoring him. He's, I would say, a success project. And I decided to encourage him to start working out and start meditating and start reading. But I realized he hasn't bought a book, so I decided to bring him a specific book that I believed would be very empowering to him. And I delivered this book to him, over dinner. And I told him, read this book 7 times, and we will have a discussion on how it has helped you think differently. Funny to say, I ran into him again later on tonight. He had read the book 3 times, and what I found very interesting was that he mentioned to me, Mario, I am already thinking differently by what I have learned from this book. And he told me, you, Mario, operate on a different frequency because of these things that you know. You operate differently from, the world at large. And I found that very interesting because I told him, me and you, there's no difference between me and you. The only difference is in, the knowledge that I've acquired in my life and that I'm using. So in a short period of time, I discovered that this kid started getting a positive outlook. He started getting the feeling like, it's possible. There's hope for me to improve my life if I have the right knowledge, if I have the right tools. And this is where books and personal development really plays a significant role. I believe that there's a group of people that really promote personal development, but I believe that the masses still do not believe or really understand how powerful personal development is in actually transforming your life. So people that are actually very successful are inevitably belong to one of two families. Family number one is they grew up in an environment that made them feel that they were safe, secure, and free to express themselves. And therefore they developed a love and acceptance for themselves at a very young age. And therefore they're able to demonstrate and manifest prosperity very easily when they're out in the world. The second group of people that are successful but didn't come from such families, like myself, we had to learn to love and accept ourselves exactly as we are. We had to learn why we have low feelings of, low self-worth, low self-esteem, unworthy feelings that are holding us from demonstrating and manifesting prosperity. And by actually picking up a flashlight and putting a flashlight inside our brains and seeking the limiting beliefs and eliminating these limiting beliefs, then we have been able to transform our external reality by transforming our internal reality. And this, ladies and gentlemen, began with the decision to pick up a book and read the book and apply what we learned in the book. So my encouragement to you is that get up off your ass if you're struggling in life, whether it's health, finances, career, relationships. Walk down to a library, walk down to a bookstore, go to a self-help, a self-development section. And I don't need to give you a title. The book that you need will call your name out. And you too will be able to transform your life. You'll raise your frequency, you'll raise your vibration, and impact everybody that is around your circle. As always, I am wishing you prosperity and abundance. Adios.